0-2. Change-up, swing and a miss. He strikes out Venable and closes the door on a Cardinal victory. Nice. Neshek, save number 4.
Nice.
You know, the first thing is a lot of the memories of like my teammates and the teams we had. We had a really good team my freshman year that went to the baseball regional. And we played, Nebraska was #1 in the country at the time, and we lost 1-0. So we had teams, you know, we were tight knit. You kind of have a lot of the memories of hanging out in the dorms at Resco, at used to be Ross, at the C Club. I don't know if they still call it that, but a lot of that is just reminiscent about those days. So that's what pops through my head. I'm actually staying with one of my roommates from back then, Paul Beck, right now. We're in town for a kids' baseball tournament with my son at Grand Park. But yeah, a couple weeks ago I saw one of my teammates, David Carr, in Milwaukee. Facebook, you know, there's always some stuff going on, and hanging, you know, talking with head coach Steve Farley. It's pretty cool to have that bond, because I know a lot of my high school, I don't really talk to a lot of my high school teammates, but college, it's pretty close still. It's funny because back then it was kind of like AOL. You know, when I first got drafted in '99 out of high school, there was nothing. It was like you had to rely on the paper or the phone call. Yeah. And I was actually pitching in high school on the last day of the school year, and I got drafted that day and didn't even know, and I got done with my game, and my dad goes, "You got drafted in the 45th round," and I said, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't even know. I remember in 2002, school just got out of here at Butler. I went back home. I think it was like June 3rd was the draft. I think we just ended our season, and I got to watch it on, I think MLB had like a really archaic like website, and yeah, name pops up, and you don't even know, like I didn't get a phone call or anything, so it was really cool just to see it pop up. We're down in Florida. We're in Melbourne Beach, Florida. I do a lot of coaching for my son's 11, so I'll help the kids in the area. I do Little League, we do travel ball. And then we have a house in Green Bay. And when school gets out for our kids in Florida, we come right up. The weather's a lot cooler. We're kind of reverse snowbirds now. And I coach a team out of Green Bay that kind of travels around the Midwest and plays team. And this week we're in Westfield, so. Yeah. It was, you know, I came in, I had pretty good, I was drafted out of high school, but, you know, I was kind of more of a thrower. You know, and when I got here, it was really cool to learn the processes behind pitching. I always thought I was going to be a shortstop and a pitcher, so when I got here, that's all I got to do is pitch, and I only pitched once every 5 days. So it was a hard adjustment for me the first year to do that, but Farley, we eventually learned to change up. He was big on throwing 60% strikes, 65% first pitch strikes. And you know, you take those lessons in and you try to become a better pitcher. And it was crazy because when I stepped in, my first couple outings were against really good teams. Notre Dame was in a top 5 school at the time. That was one of my first starts as a freshman. And I kept getting really good teams. So I had to kind of learn right away, but I love the challenge. I love competing. And we eventually went on. I learned a slider, and that's kind of when stuff started getting really fun. And then he placed me in a really good summer league in the Northwoods League, and then the next year I was in the Cape Cod League. So, you know, factoring in facing really good competition, having him as kind of a mentor, teaching me all the ins and outs of pitching, and dropping the shortstop idea. That's when it really took on a life of its own. So.